Good morning. Today's message is don't count your chickens before they hatch. This is something my mom said to me often. And although it sounds like a negative message, it really has a positive meaning. What it's telling us is to not rely on something, to not rely on something happening in our lives until we actually know that it's going to happen. Sometimes circumstances take turns that are beyond our control or beyond our thought process and lead us in a different direction. So the phrase, don't count your chickens before they hatch, is a good one. It reminds us that not everything always works out the way that we want it. Sometimes we have hopes in life and we really want something to happen. We are really looking forward to it, and it may not happen, and so we're disappointed. This reminds us to temper our expectations so that we're not always disappointed when something happens. It's also, in my mind, a reminder to be patient, to wait on things in life. Sometimes they take longer than we wanted, and sometimes they take a different turn than we want. Often they'll lead us down a path that we did not even anticipate. We might think that we want something to happen, and we want it so much that we don't see the other opportunities. We don't see the other possibilities. So if we can temper that hope and temper that expectation with some patience, oftentimes things will work out much better than they would have in the first instance. So that's enough of a lesson for today. Today we're not going to talk anymore about chickens. We're going to talk about turkeys. In fact, one turkey. We're going to get this turkey ready for tomorrow, which is the big day, Turkey Day, Thanksgiving. What we're going to do is we're going to soak this turkey in a solution, a brine solution, to get it ready to put on the smoker for tomorrow. That'll be a little bit fun, something we haven't done before, and we'll get out of Papa Steve's workshop here and go up and use Nana's kitchen. Let's go do that now. So, here is the guest of honor, one turkey to get ready to brine. Now, to brine a turkey, we only have to do a few things, and I'll show you that in a second. Who knows why we brine a turkey? I didn't have an idea, but I learned over time. It's to help the muscle, the protein in the turkey, break down a little bit so it absorbs more juices. That's what the brine solution does. So that's why we do it. Makes a more tender and a moist turkey. Now tomorrow we're going to smoke this turkey. So we're going to soak it in the brine solution overnight and get it ready to smoke tomorrow morning. So to do that, all we need is a food safe bucket here, which is what I use all the time for brining. It's the same bucket. And I put 2 gallons of water in there. You might hear it sloshing around. 2 gallons of water. Now, before we put the turkey in, we need to add some things. First of all, brine. Brine implies salt, so we'll add that first. I have just 2 cups of kosher salt. We'll add that first. And then we'll borrow one of Nana's spoons here to stir it up. Because it's salt, it'll dissolve pretty quickly. Salt loves the solution, so that's what we're doing. Then I'll add about 1 cup of just regular brown sugar. And we'll let that in there for a minute, stir it a little. Then we have something you might recognize, just regular black pepper, about 3 tablespoons of regular black pepper. Put that in there. Next, you might have seen your mom use this. It's just minced garlic. Put that in there. Calvin, I know you're thinking, ew, garlic. It's delicious. It'll make this turkey so good. Put that in there. Ooh, you can really smell that. And then lastly, this is Papa Steve's secret ingredient. It's called Worcestershire sauce. It's really good with meats and it gives them a special flavor. And we'll just use 1/4 cup of that because it's pretty strong. Put that in there. And then we'll just mix it all up. Stir it up, just like a witch's brew. See what it smells like. Ooh, it smells like Worcestershire sauce. Well, now all we need to do is add the guest of honor. So we'll put this turkey into the brine solution, and you can kind of see in a second what that looks like. So here's the turkey going in. Make sure it fills up with water, which it did. Turkey has a big cavity in it. And that's all there is to it. I'll show you. So here's our turkey floating in the brine solution. You can see it floating in there. And we will put this brine bucket in the refrigerator overnight, and we'll get it out in the morning and get it ready for smoking. So that's all there is to it. So coming to you from Nana's kitchen today, this is Papa Steve's Workshop, and I'm Papa Steve.